small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Started right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song, and I don't really care if nobody else. No, I've still got a lot of fire left in me.
Good evening to you. It's another Tuesday evening, and we are live on Joy 99.7 FM. This is Geek Squad with your girl, Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. Every Tuesday evening, we meet on this show, and what we do is to educate you sometimes on what is happening in terms of trends on tech, and then there are other times too that we show you what to do in terms of tips to use when it comes to technology. Tonight, we are going to have an interesting conversation with some youngsters of our country, Ghana. This is mainly because they have built applications that we can use, and some of them are really kids, others also teenagers, I would say. And because of this work that they have done, there was no way we could have a show without inviting them. So join us. If you're a parent, get your word to be part of this conversation, because they are going to know what other kids or teenagers are doing when it comes to technology. We are going to be sharing first with you what has been happening in the tech space in the past week, and then right afterwards, I'm going to be introducing my guests, and we will get into our conversation. So right now, take a listen to the emerging tech trends. We will be back after that.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Emerging Tech Trends on Joy Geek Squad. My name is Denicia Poma Eje. In our headlines, iOS 26 can freeze your FaceTime video if it detects nudity. Also, Jack Dorsey launches Bluetooth-based messaging app BitChat. Helldivers 2 launches on Xbox this August, and Xbox executives suggest laid-off developers turn to AI for career help. Let's settle for the details now. Apple is testing a new FaceTime safety feature in the iOS 26 developer beta that blurs video if nudity is detected. A warning message pauses the call, advising users to end it if they feel uncomfortable. The feature is found under sensitive content warning in FaceTime settings. Jack Dorsey, the former owner of then Twitter, now X, has unveiled BitChat, a decentralized messaging app that works entirely over Bluetooth, no internet needed. As reported by CNBC, the peer-to-peer app uses encrypted communication between nearby devices, forming a mesh network where each phone acts as a node to extend the range. Helldivers 2, the hit co-op shooter from Arrowhead Game Studios, is finally heading to Xbox on August 26. Previously available only on PS5 and PC, the game supports cross-platform play and has already sold over 15 million copies, becoming one of the most successful PlayStation games on Steam. And finally, amid sweeping layoffs at Microsoft, including major cuts to its gaming division, Xbox Game Studios executive producer Matt Turnbull suggested affected employees turn to AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot for help navigating job loss. And that's it for this week's episode of Emerging Tech Trends on Joy Geek Squad. Catch you same time next week.
Welcome back. This is Geek Squad with your girl, Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. Tonight, we are meeting Ghana's young tech stars, and they are building our future. Some of them have built applications that we are going to be having a conversation about, and I'm super excited about it because honestly, thinking about it, when I was their age, I'm not very sure entirely what I was doing. But here in our current world, we have these teenagers and kids building applications that can be used. And I'm going to be getting into the conversation with them. I have 5 of them, and one of them being a trainer. So I'm going to go ahead and mention their names. They are going to be my guests for this evening. I have with me Dakwa Yao Amponsa Bwedu. You're welcome, Yao. I also have with me Irama Nyamiche Esel, Ernest Ampim, Phil Manuel Pobi, and Mona Lisa. And all of you are with me, some online, so you are all welcome. Once it gets to the point where I'll be engaging with you, I'll let you know, then you can unmute and then speak with me in our conversation for tonight. Finally, I'm going to introduce Leon Yamfo. He is a lead trainer at Ghana Code Club. Leon, you're also welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm just going to go into the conversation. And anyway, if you have any question based on the conversations that we are having, you can go ahead and send a message on our WhatsApp number 055 1111 997 055 1111 997. Get your words, your cousins, anyone that you know is interested in technology. This evening, we are going to have a conversation about some applications that we have Ghanaian young tech stars who have built them. So definitely you want to be part of it. Send us your message on the WhatsApp number 055 1111 997. You can let us hear from you. So I'm going to start first with you, Yao. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Nice. Good to have you here. So just to ask, like, what tech system have you built? Because I know that with all of you in the conversation we are going to have, you have built some kind of application. So what system have you built?
Okay, so actually mine is both hardware and software.
Okay.
Okay, it's the livestock system, a
Okay.
device that allows farmers to set virtual boundaries on their farm, advertise their products,
Wow.
check the health status of their farm animals, and as well share ideas via a forum. Yes.
Okay, so that's the application you have built. What inspired you to create this particular
Okay, so
application?
I realized that in Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
most livestock farmers, especially the Fulanis, do everything manually. They work, they take
That's
their
so true.
animals
Mm-hmm.
grazing. When the animals fall sick, they die. When they've reared the animal and it has grown fat scrap, they don't find
People to sell it
yes.
to. Okay.
So that's a problem I
You
found.
discovered.
I discovered. So I decided to create a device that will solve all these problems. Yeah.
Okay. I get it. So, based on what you did, what would you say was your favorite part of building this particular project?
The color, because I had to design the circuit board to be able to control various electronic components. Yeah, the housing and everything, especially the electric shock. It actually delivers an electric shock as the animal exceeds the boundary.
Okay. It would just be good to match your voice a bit so that our listeners can also really hear you loud and clear, because you're really sharing some very good stuff with us. That's really good to know based on what you have done. So the fact that you saw a particular challenge when it comes to livestock rearing and then you went ahead to build this product, that's a good one. Okay, I'm going to come to Mona Lisa. Hi, Mona Lisa, can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me just hear from you. Hi, Mona Lisa. Okay, that's fine. So I'll just come back to you, Yao, and then I'll go on with that. So you build this for cows. I mean, it's a very good idea. So can you just take us through a bit of your journey? Let us know something more about it.
All right. So I made the project in 3 months, sourcing the components and other stuff. Yeah, it was quite an interesting journey. So I think I started about in yeah in February. Yeah, I started in February. I asked friends around what they think about the idea. Some were giving me negative feedbacks because they were like animal abuse. I'm shocking animals and all that. Yeah, but I still went on and I.
Yeah, and I think it's a very good thing that you have done because we can all testify to the fact that you've been able to build it, and that's a good one there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead again to those on Zoom. Hopefully, we can hear them now. Hi, Mona Lisa. Can you hear me? If you can, let me hear from you. Okay, Irama.
Going to come to
Hi, Mona Lisa. Can you hear me?
Hi, Mona Lisa. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me just hear from you.
Okay. Can't seem to be hearing from Mona Lisa. If Irama is also on and can hear me. The main question is, what tech system have you built and what inspired you to create it? So if you can hear me and can go ahead and answer that, that would be great. Okay, that's fine. It looks like I can't hear Irama or Mona Lisa too. All right, so coming back to you, Yao. I mean, what again is the name of your application?
Livestock.
Livestock. That's the name of your application.
Yes.
Okay.
With a capital S.
With a capital S.
As in the stock.
Okay, so spell it then.
L. I.
So all those are small letters.
Yes.
Okay.
LIVE with a capital S.
Okay.
And a TOCK.
Okay. All right. And with this, asking, would you say there were certain challenges you faced in building the application?
Yes. So
Hi,
there's
can you
this
hear me?
transformer.
Hi, yes, please. I can hear you.
But I still went to. Yeah, and I think it's a very good thing that you have done because
Is this
we
Mona
can all
Lisa?
testify to the fact that you've been able to build it. To go ahead again to those on Zoom. Hopefully, we can hear them now.
Kindly turn off the radio if you have the radio on because we are getting feedback from that so that we can hear you. So please turn off the radio if you are joining us on Zoom, then we can hear you loud and clear because we are getting feedback from that.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Okay. Irama, can you hear me? Irama, can you hear me? Or Mona Lisa? Okay. All right, that's fine. I'm sure we'll sort it out. This is Geek Squad, so anything technical, we'll have it sorted. We can continue with the conversation. Yeah. So, talking about some of the challenges that you said, you mentioned that the name of the application is Livestock, right? I think what I want to find out, so is it currently available that people can use?
Oh no, not
So
yet.
right now it's still in the state where at least you've tested, you've seen how it's working. Okay, that's fine. So in terms of plans, because you mentioned the fact that you thought about the farmers and all that, and then they having access to it. What would you say were some of the challenges that you faced with building it?
Alright, so as I said earlier, it gives an electric shock to the animal. So sourcing that component that delivers the electric shock, it was very hard. It was found outside the country. Yeah, so that was one big challenge I
That
faced.
you had
Yes.
getting the component.
Yes,
Okay. Is there any other thing you say was difficult in doing
I
it?
think yes, and
How long did you take to
okay,
build?
3 months as I said earlier.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
3 months.
3 months. Okay, so that makes it interesting. All right, so I'll be coming to you, Leon, in terms of what you do
Okay.
in training these kids, right?
Yes,
So what
please.
is it like training young tech talents?
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And first of all, thanks to Ghana Code Club for this opportunity as well. All right. So, in terms of training the kids, currently the kids are very, very abreast. I would say very abreast with technological trends. Not necessarily they understanding what is happening, but they are aware of what it is to use certain technologies currently.
Okay.
For instance, kids are able to use
Hello.
service apps. They are able to use Google service apps. They are able to use almost banking apps and several apps. So they are able to familiarize themselves with such apps, but it doesn't mean they have the understanding in terms of how it's built, the frameworks behind it. So
Okay.
what we do is that we come in to guide them along that path. So when they choose a particular problem that they want to solve, we come in with a solution and the framework, and we guide them along that path to be able to achieve the solution at the end. That's what
Okay.
we do. Thank
Okay.
you.
That's so good to know. I can see that all those on Zoom are ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a very quick roll call, at least just to hear your voices, and then we can get on with your conversation. So when I mention your name, just let me know if you can hear me. Mona Lisa, can you hear me? Hi, Mona Lisa.
Hi.
Okay, Mona Lisa, good to hear you. Phil Manuel, if you can also hear me, just go ahead and say hi.
Hi.
Phil Manuel. Okay. Irama.
Hi.
Okay. Good to know. And then Ernest Ampim, if you can also hear me. Okay. So I can't hear Ernest. That's fine. So I'm going to be coming to you, Irama. Irama, so just share with us. I mean, there are a number of people listening to you. What tech system have you built?
I have built a recycle rice game.
Okay, so that's what you built. What inspired you to do it?
What inspired me to do it is that in the world there are problems with waste management.
Okay. So that's what inspired you to do it. What are some of the problems
So-
that you saw?
This is said
I was asking what was the problem you saw, because you said there are some problems with waste management.
in Ghana people put waste into one bin,
Okay.
which makes it difficult to recycling, if not impossible.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's one of the problems. So tell me just one thing. What was your favorite part about building the project that you worked on?
My favorite part of the project I worked on is when I'm sorting the waste.
Okay, okay. So that was your favorite part of the project that you worked on. That's good to know. At least talking about waste management and the fact that it's kids thinking about it to go ahead and work on that. That is so good to know. How old are you, by the way?
Yes, I'm 10 years.
10 years. Wow. This one we have to ask the people we went to school with. What were we doing when we were 10 years? Because some people are sitting down and thinking about waste management and how best they can go ahead and work on separating the kind of waste that we put in. So talk a bit about it, at least for someone listening in and doesn't know, because you said we put all our waste in one bin. Can you just give us some more details on that?
Okay, so my game, I created various bins for categories of waste such as paper waste, plastic waste, glass waste, and metal waste.
Okay.
So if you place the waste in the right bin, you score points.
Okay.
And and on the other hand, if you place the waste into the wrong bin, you lose points. Yes.
Okay, okay, so that's how you went about it. So it's a game, that's what you said.
Yes.
Okay,
To score more points, you need to ensure that waste is dumped in the right bins. Yes.
okay, okay. So at least to create the awareness for those who play the game to know that waste can be separated and it has to be placed in the right bins. That's so good to know. How many of the bins anyway? Let me ask.
Please 4.
4 of them. Can you mention what goes into what?
So paper. Okay, we have paper bins.
Okay.
We have plastic,
Plastic.
glass,
Okay.
and metal.
And metal. Okay, okay, so those are the 4, and then based on the game that you are playing, you know what to place in what. When you do the right thing, you score points, at least with that the one plane can also learn and know what to do when it comes to the actual environment and disposing of waste. That's so good to know. Okay, I'm now going to move to Mona Lisa. Hi, Mona Lisa.
Hi.
Okay, so what tech system did you also build?
I built an AI chatbot.
Okay, and can you give us some more details on that?
Okay, it's my project, the AI chatbot helps students in any problem like homework. For example, if students are doing their homework and get stuck at some point, parents might not know the materials used and teachers are not available until the next day. My chatbot is a judgment-free place for the students to interact. In my school, many people are suffering from learning and doing homework. So I
Okay.
wanted to create this project to help them with their studies and homework.
Oh, okay. You use the word judgment free. I want to understand exactly what you mean by that for the application.
It helps them like feel interactive when they are talking.
Oh, okay. Okay. What inspired you to build this? I know you've mentioned something about your school and all that, but what was the inspiration for you?
I wanted to help my friends in school who are struggling with homework and learning.
Oh, okay. So that's what made you build this. Wow. What would you say was your favorite part when it came to building this?
The challenges.
Wow. Can you share some with us?
Like, well, it took me 2 days before I was able to debug the code. I kept on trying, but it won't work. So my older brother, who is in the same code club as me, intervened.
Oh, okay. How old are you, if you can share that with
11.
us? You are 11 years. Wow.
Yes.
This is really so interesting and very much inspiring, really. Because we have 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds looking at what's happening around us and coming up with solutions, technological solutions. And I think that is so good. You can join in the conversation if you have any words of encouragement or any comment at all. You can send it on the WhatsApp number 055 997. You can just let us hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'll be coming back to you again. But at this point, I want to hear from Phil also. Hi, Phil.
Hi.
Okay. So, same question. What system did you build?
I built an app called AgriLink.
Okay. And what is this app about? What does it do?
It basically connects farmers to that to traders.
Okay, that's what it does. What was the inspiration to help farmers? Like, what was the inspiration to build something for farmers and traders?
My inspiration was you see farmers when they are done harvesting their crops, it's they are left there because because the farmers don't have anyone to buy it from them, so they get destroyed.
Okay, so
So I decided to create an app that fixes that problem.
okay. So the problem was the fact that certain goods or produce after some time get spoiled and farmers are not able to connect with traders. So you came up with a solution for that. Can you share with us your favorite parts when it came to building this particular project?
Well, my favorite part was when I was creating the in-app messaging feature.
Okay, so that was what you found as your favorite thing. Will you say you faced some particular challenges?
Well, it was just the fact that I needed to fix some errors.
Okay. It looks like we really have some great people coming up now. The fact that problems and challenges excite you and that becomes favorite parts when it comes to the building of your applications. Really, that's so good to know. How old are you?
I'm 12.
You are 12. Wow. Good to know. I'm just going to come to, let me find out from you. Talking about doing something for farmers, do you perchance know someone who is actually a farmer, or have you been to a farm before? Can you just share that with us?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Or could it be that maybe you like food in a way? So anything to do with that, you just have to make sure that it's fine.
Yes.
That's good to know, really. That's good to know. Okay. And coming up with things of this sort. All right. So I'm just going to find out, based on what you have done, we say it's ready for farmers to be able to use.
No, not really.
Okay. And
Not yet, actually.
okay. What we say is the amount of work left to be done so that we can have it out there for people to start using.
I will just have to add a few things.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
done.
Some more features.
Yeah. To make
Okay.
it more interactive.
Okay. Okay. And I think that's so important. That's so important. But with what you have done currently, what would you say would be some of the favorite features that is on the application for use?
The in-app messaging feature.
Okay. So can you talk a bit about this? What exactly would that be doing?
So it's basically a platform like WhatsApp for farmers and traders to interact.
Oh, okay. So for the farmer, they
So
can connect.
instead of you taking the farmer's number, you can just communicate with the farmer.
Okay, okay. So if you can give us some more context to that, does it mean that for the farmers and the traders, they'll have to enroll on the application for starters?
Yes, you just have to sign up, then you can get access to the feature.
Okay, okay. And the fact that they can chat with each other on the application, it makes communication a lot easier.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Are we looking at options to where maybe they can make payments, or it's mainly the chat for now?
Yes.
Okay.
Payment to will come.
Did you mention parents or payments?
Payment.
Okay.
The payment.
Okay. All right. So that is something that will be added on later. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. For me, I think I'm super excited about the whole thing. The fact that we have kids and teenagers coming up with applications, and there are solutions to problems that we are having in certain industries or specific industries. And really, the fact that I've heard two different things about agriculture is also a very good thing, because it's also one very important area right now. So it's good to know. I'll be coming back to you again. Let me just check if I have Ernest on. Hi, Ernest.
Hello.
Hi. I hope you're doing well. Can you share with us the app that you also built?
Yeah, okay. So the app that I built is called Smart Spend, and Smart Spend is a financial application. And Smart Spend's purpose is to help its users to track their expenses and also build better spending and financial habits.
Okay. What made you come up with something like this?
Okay, so I was in school at the time I came up with the idea, and I was just lying on my bed one time, and then I was thinking of ideas, and I was like, even in school, sometimes we don't know what happens to our money. So smartphone, yeah. So
Wow.
smartphone, yeah.
So it helps
So
you with that. Yeah, go ahead.
smartphone would be a viable application to help in resolving that issue.
Okay, okay. So with this, what would you say was your favorite thing when it came to building it?
My favorite thing when it came to building it was the AI overview. I
Okay.
thought of it at the last instance when I was almost done with the application, and I was able to implement it in just 7 or 8 hours.
Wow. Tell us, what does it really do? Like, just take us through this. what you just said, the
Well,
fact that it took you just some few hours to have that implemented, what exactly was done?
so I went online and then I was looking for free AI API keys, and then I found one from Open Router. So I then had to look at the documentation and how I can implement it in my application.
I see. Will you say there were some challenges that you had?
There were quite some challenges along the way.
Did they excite you like others said?
Yeah, but some of them were also stressing me out because time was almost up for the competition.
Oh, okay. Let me ask, how long have you been doing this in terms of building applications or coding? How long have you been doing that?
About 3 2 3 years. Yeah. So I
Okay.
was I was introduced to it by my brother, who is a software engineer, when I was in class 6. But after I finished my BEC, that's when I started taking it more serious than when I was.
Oh, okay. So how old are you now?
Currently, I'm 17 years.
Okay, okay. And I'm happy that you came up with something about spending, smart spend. Really. So if you mentioned you and your friends and all that, if you're supposed to tell them to get onto this application that you have built, what would you say are some of the cool features for them so that you use that to convince them to be a part of what you have done?
Okay, so when we are in school, I know how much people don't like spending money. They rather go for dining than use their actual pocket money.
They
So
rather go for
when
what?
they rather go for dining than
Okay.
spend their pocket money. So when they are using smart spend, they'll be able to know that I've spent this amount. So I should either stop and reduce my spendings, or maybe I haven't really spent that much this month, so I can at least treat myself to something today. Yeah.
Okay, okay. What are you currently studying?
Currently, I'm a general science student in Okuari School.
Okay, okay. General science students. Okay. Because based on what you have done, I'm just thinking about it. That do you think teachers should give like students some kind of homework on budgeting so that at least they get to know how they are spending and all that, and then when they are using the application, it becomes a lot easier.
Homework is something that I personally am not a fan of, because it
Really?
takes too much of your time. Yes, it takes too much of your time. But based on something like this, the homework based on budgeting, I think people would be interested in actually doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Why, but why do you say homework takes too much of your time? That's how you can at least go over what has been taught.
Yeah, but you see, in senior high school like this, you have to then go for prep, and then after prep, they'll tell you come and sleep and all that. So you don't really have much time to also learn other stuff on your own. So when they also give you homework, then it takes all of your time, and then you are now handicapped.
Okay, okay. So that is it. I'm going to come to Mona Lisa now. Hi, Mona Lisa. I hope you can hear me. You mentioned that you built a chat bot, and this question is pretty much important because a lot of people have been asking about it from time to time. But I want to know your thoughts also on it. What do you think about people saying AI is making students lazy? Do you agree with that? Mona Lisa, if you can hear me.
I,
Hi.
hi.
Yes, I can hear you.
I somehow agree to that and somehow don't agree to that.
Okay.
I agree to that because it's true. If they overuse AI, it makes them become lazy, not focusing on their studies. But on the good side, if they use it for sensible reasons like learning, I think their grades can improve.
Okay. Okay. I think that's true. Coming back to you now, Yao. Based on this last question, what are your thoughts on it? The use of AI.
Oh, AI is very good. Actually,
That's how I see it.
yes.
So you don't think it's going to make students
Oh,
lazy?
it makes students lazy. Let's say it like that.
Mm,
But in the other sense, I feel like AI can help you prepare for exams, then other stuff. So I feel
Okay.
like it can boost your grades.
Okay. Okay. So there was a competition had. Let me ask, what was it like preparing for the competition?
Oh, actually, I've been to the competition before. It was
Okay.
last year, so
Okay.
I was quite familiar with it. Yes.
Okay. But what still was the preparation like? Because maybe for someone listening in and thinking about it.
Oh, all right. So the competition, you build a project, then you submit it within a given period of time.
Okay.
So, um, yeah. So because of
Yeah. Can you speak into the microphone so that you
okay,
can be heard well? Yeah.
there was limited time. There was limited time, so I had to speed up, then send a video to partake in the competition. So it
Okay.
was quite normal.
All right. So a video of what you have built.
Yes, a
Oh.
5 minute video of what you built.
Okay. Okay. So that's what goes into the competition. We have a message from Rafael Antonio. He says they need to be encouraged to modify what they have done. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I think that is pretty much true, because with what has been built, by all means we'll have to check and make it fit for use in terms of what we have on the market, or in solving the problem that we have on the market. So that's really good. Okay, I'm going to come back to you again, Irama. So you spoke about building something for recycling waste, and I'm just going to ask you, what's your favorite thing to recycle at home, for you personally, and know if your friends also play this game as well. Irama, if you can hear me.
Hi, so what I would like to recycle at home is compost. Compost.
Okay.
Yes.
That's your
Compost
favorite
because
thing. Why is that the case?
it can be used to make manure for plants.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why. All right. But let me know, do any of your friends play your game?
Not yet.
Okay, because it's not yet ready for them to have access to it. Is that it?
Yeah, we were engaged with Ghana Code Club to see about how it can be made available for people to play.
Okay. Okay. But I like your idea in terms of looking at waste management and then the possibility of recycling it. If you had the chance to advise anyone, especially kids, what would that advice be when it comes to recycling?
I would tell kids that some of them play with bottle caps. So I advise them not to throw them away. They can use them as counters.
Okay. That's really true. I remember for that one. I remember us and what we used to do with that.
Yes, that's true.
I remember what we used to do with that. So you advise them not to play with that, but then the possibility of having it disposed of well so that it can be recycled is very
Yes.
much important. Yes, it's very much important. Okay, coming back to you. I'm going to come back to you, Yao. Based on what you have done in terms of the building and all, if there is any kind of advice you want to give to young people like you, what would that be?
Okay, I'll say that if you have an innovation or something, you can consult someone to bring it to life, because it's a very good experience or good feeling if you see your idea come to life.
But that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. When it came to you, did you do consultations? What are some of the people that you consulted?
I consulted AI.
The way you said you have to consult.
Yes.
Okay.
So actually I have, as I said earlier, my friends in school, they also do some programming and all that stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, I asked them some technical questions. They gave me good answers. Yeah.
Okay. But it starts from the idea.
Yes.
So that
Stuff.
idea, and then you build on it. What about your teachers?
Oh yeah. So in Presec there is a whole system for those type of stuff. So we have this teacher called Mr. Com. He's a patron of ours. So I also consulted him. He gave me good suggestions, good ideas. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he helped you
Yeah.
in building. And I think that's good to know. I'm going to do a round table for this one, asking all of you. I'm going to start first with you, Manuel. Phil, if you can hear me. So when it comes to tech in Ghana, do you think that technology can make Ghana a better place? And how? Starting
Yes,
first with you. Yes.
yes, I think technology can make Ghana a better place. The reason is that
Mm-hmm.
now the world is going to AI. We are going AI now. So we have to start thinking of problems that will make Ghana a better place.
Okay. Okay. And at least it starts with some of the applications that you have built. So it's really a good thing. Really it is. I'm going to come to you, Mona Lisa. How do you think tech can make Ghana a better place? First of all, do you think it can make Ghana a better place, and then how? Share that with us.
Yes, I think tech can make Ghana a better place. If we try hard and develop more incredible projects like what we did, I think we can really change the world.
That's the whole point. Changing the world, at least from where we are. And it's so important that we do that. It's so important that we do that. Okay. I'm going to ask the same question to you, Ernest. Share with us what or how do you think technology can make Ghana a better place? How do you think we can use tech to do that?
Okay, so Ghana can be made a better place using technology by take the software industry for example. Say someone makes a new startup or something, it gives job opportunities to the citizens in the country. They'll be able to be employed as either software engineers, even chief executive officers and all that at that workplace. That's the first instance in the um, tech industry. And also take something like the transportation industry. You see, right now, the main transportation system in Ghana is mostly trotro and Okada and
Yeah.
all those stuff.
Yeah.
But if you had something like a train system, a railway system in various areas in Ghana, transportation would be very easy for the citizens. And they wouldn't have to worry about trotro mates, being late for work, and sometimes not even being able to get a trotro to go to work and all that. So, and even in the agricultural sector, currently we have drones that are used for monitoring crops, some are used for watering the crops and all that. So that will also help improve the agricultural sector. In the military, currently Ghana's military, I don't really know how much I would rate it if comparing it with other countries. But if we had the necessary technological equipment, I think we would be able to be on par with the other countries. And our educational sector too. See, currently the Ministry of Education is implementing the smart school system and introducing the tablets to the education system and all that. I think that's a very good initiative. Even though some people are saying the students will use the tablets to play games and all that, it depends on you, student.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think tech can help improve Ghana as a country. As a, yeah.
You've shared a lot with us, and you are really on point, the various areas and sectors that you've spoken about. Based on what you have shared, I'm going to be coming to you, yeah, you shared that with me, but based on what you have shared, Ernest, who would you love to show your project to? Like maybe president, or who do you have in mind to show your project to? Because with all the things you've touched on, it looks like your eyes are almost everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the person I would most likely be able to show my project to is maybe me from 2 years ago or something to see
Okay.
how far I've come.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
This is
yes.
interesting to know. But apart from you, is there another person that you would love to see your project that you have worked on?
Oh yeah, the Minister of Education and maybe his former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, because they are now trying to, and also the current president of Ghana, because
Okay.
they are now trying to inculcate the technological sector and coding into Ghana's system and all that, using the 1 million coders program and all that. So
Yeah.
I think if they see that, there would be some form of joy or hope for them that some of the Ghanaian youth are actually into this thing and they are enthusiastic about it. So yeah.
Yes. That's so true. That's so true. But at least I'm happy that you have these aspirations and the fact that you are also willing to make Ghana a better place based on what you have done. So coming to you now, Yao, how do you think we can make Ghana a better place?
Okay, so me
Wait.
personally, I'm a drone enthusiast.
Okay.
So in the olden days, when someone is short of blood or something, they have to board a car or something to get the blood to that particular hospital.
Yeah.
But now there are drones that go, like the zipline company, for instance. They transport medical equipment and medical stuff within the shortest possible time. So that's the way technology has impacted Ghana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also in the agricultural sector, for instance, my livestock device, instead of farmers losing their money as a result of ill animals and other stuff, the collar can be there to detect early signs of diseases, rumination, heat period, and also help the farmer like financially. Yes.
So that's one. So asking you, if there's someone you need to show your project to, who would that person be?
Okay, there's this company called Afi Milk.
Okay.
They are is a large livestock company. Yes, and also the president, His Excellency Mahamadou sorry John Dramani. Sorry.
It's fine.
Yes, the president of the country,
Republic of Ghana.
yes.
You want him to also see what you
Yes,
have done.
yes.
Okay. It's good to know. It's good to know. I'm going to come to you, Irama. So, based on what you have done, who is the one person that you would really love to show your project to? Can you share that with us?
Yes, please. I'd like to show it to the president.
Okay.
Yes, the president.
Is he the only person you like to show it to?
And that's in my school.
And your school. Okay. Yeah. It will be good for them to know what you have done when it comes to recycling of waste. Coming to you now, Mona Lisa. Share with us, who is that one person that you would really want to show what you have done?
I would like to show it to maybe the president of many countries.
Okay. So for you, you're not even just looking at Ghana. Global. I think that's
Yeah.
good to do. That's really good to do. Okay. So we've spoken a bit about some of the challenges coming now to you. Yeah, we've spoken about a bit of some of the challenges that have been faced. But let me just ask, in doing this, did you work alone or at any point in time did you kind of work in a group?
Oh yes, I worked alone. Let me
Okay.
say like that.
The
Yes.
whole time. How
Yes.
long have you been doing this?
As in,
Coding.
okay, so I think 1.5 year.
1.5.
Yes.
Okay. What inspired you to even start that?
Okay, so when I saw WhatsApp, I was like, what's going on? How is this? I'll be here, then I just send a message to somewhere else. Yes, so that's
That's what
yes.
lighted it for you, and then you said, let me do some further.
Yes.
Okay, so what made you go into like coding? Can you just take us through that?
Okay.
So when you saw WhatsApp, like, can you take us through that journey up to where you are now?
Okay. So when I saw WhatsApp, I was like, how are you able to send a message from one particular location to the other? I researched about it. I realized it's a whole system, a whole something you have to learn. And there was this opportunity that came when I was in Form 3.
Okay.
It was a STEM competition, this step.
So when you say Form 3, was it junior high?
Yes.
Okay.
GHS 2.
Okay.
Yes. It was a STEM competition. They assigned coaches to us. That time I knew nothing about coding.
Okay.
Yes. They assigned coaches to us. They guided us. Yes.
So
Then-
that was it. Then you
yes.
started
Then I
off.
started. I had interest for it, and I started.
And I think that's really paid off with what you have learned and what you are doing now, coming up with applications and even going for competitions. So it's a very good thing. If you're joining us, we are having a conversation with some Ghanaian tech talents, I'll call them, and the applications that they have worked on. At this point, we are going to take a listen to the quick tech fixes. We will be back after that.
Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Jakum, and as usual, I bring you some tech quick fixes and tips right here on Joy Geek Squad. No scanner? No problem. Your phone can do it all. Scan any document with your phone using these simple steps. 1. On iPhone, open Notes, then New Note, then tap on the camera button and scan your document. 2. On Android, use the Google Drive app, then tap on the plus button and choose Scan. 3. Save as PDF and share right away. And that's it. Go paperless, scan any document with ease.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Geek Squad with your girl Adobea Biritwum. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. MTN, everywhere you go. Tonight we've been having a conversation with some kids and teenagers who have been building applications, and they have shared so many things with us. At this point, we have one parent with us, and I'm going to ask him actually, Mona Lisa's dad. Hi, I hope you can hear me. Because we have you on,
yes,
we just want to find
out. I can hear you.
Great, great. As a parent, what signs or habits did you notice, like early on, that made you realize that Mona Lisa has an interest in technology?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Kids are quite exploratory in nature. At a very early age, you find Mona Lisa a bit more curious about gadgets.
Okay.
And usually not only about how they function, but they want to understand, or not the usage, but how the item actually functions. So I don't buy a toy and it lasts in my house.
They'll break it apart.
They break it apart. Okay. And she is a lone girl among boys who are also quite techy. And so she picked up the flair naturally.
Oh, right? Okay.
Now, yes. And for her, another thing is you find her trying to solve problems. And you see that instinct in her. Getting a bit creative with technology. For instance, I remember there was a time I had a problem with my access key, my main door key.
Okay.
And we're struggling to fix it. And I said, Daddy, why don't you Google it? Right.
You know?
So, and that was even when she was around 9 years. So all of these, got me interested. And when I heard of the Ghana Code Club, I didn't hesitate to get her involved.
Okay,
yes.
So please, in 30 seconds, how would you say you have supported or guided her through it? You've mentioned Ghana Code Club, but how would you say you have supported her in doing this? Just in about 30 seconds as we wrap up.
Great. Yes. So, yes, providing access, getting her the opportunity to be part of the Ghana Code Club, resources, internet. You know, the kids, they are quite heavy these days. You want to provide those resources, you need to monitor.
Okay.
So setting boundaries, being able to give a balance so that they don't indulge in technology to the detriment of their studies, you know. And also celebrating them, those small wins, not looking for perfection, that spur them on and they keep doing what they're doing. I remember this particular project. She kept bugging me, Daddy, give me more PC time. I need to.
Wow, that's really, really good to know. I think
that was the only support I could give.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you so much for sharing with us. A very big thank you to you all, Mona Lisa, Phil, Manuel, Ernest. With me here, Irama, and then also Leon. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. A very, very big thank you to the technical team, my producer, Prince Safo, and another thank you to you, our listener, for joining in this evening. I know that you have learned something, and this is really an encouragement to you to push your word so that they get into technology, then they can build something for us, whether at home, in our country, wherever at all, because by all means it's going to be of good use to us. God willing, next week we will be back. Stay tuned. Have a good evening.
Can you hear my voice this time?